Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are playing the Elementalist on Curse 7. We're going to play in the Caves of Del Zog. We're going to be doing a Fire Purity build, so we need Purity, Weapon Expert, Multicast Mastery, Skill, Mastery Fire, as well as Recklessness. We are using our third weapon, the Scepter of Flame, for Ray of Fire and Heat Explosion. Now, there are two skills we want to look out for with regards to being fire. The first skill is our flame pillar, and then the second one is conflagrate. Now the two of them share the exact same tags as heat explosion, which means that if we have them, it's going to help us deal or get those tag specific upgrades, and that's going to just make us that much stronger or get at least a lot better multicast tags, or more chance for multicast area damage and area of effect tagging upgrades. So really good to look out for those two skills. If you can't get them, it's not the end of the world, but definitely will help the build. The most important skill other than that is going to have to be arcane power, but we will look at going for 2 buffs possibly, and then 4 fire skills. Again, that does still make it a fire only build because our damage is coming only from fire. So I'm happy to grab myself more buffs like Might, which is available on the Elementalist, and then the arcane power, which was in the build plan already. But I've been trying to get a successful run for quite some time now, and this is not the first one that we've done. If you guys want to see some failed attempts, and that's something you guys like, then let's get this video to 200 likes. If the video gets 200 likes, I will start showing more and more bloopers at the end of the videos for those who are interested. So let's see if we can get 200 likes on the video, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and enjoy the content. So we're going to grab a magnetic. That's a nice early one to grab there. Grab the cast frequency, and come on, we just want to get an arcane power nice and early, but it doesn't look like it's giving it to us. So we're going to grab the firebolt. We're going to lock the power and get a swift. Powerful strikes, fantastic. There's a Might, we are going to grab it, and a epic relentlessness is perfect for all of our skills. Now, in an ideal world, you would get a low cast frequency on everything but heat explosion, so that you could have as many burn stacks as possible, and then when heat explosion pops off, it will turn all those burns into negative effects, into melting. So that's the perfect world. It doesn't really work that way, unfortunately, but if it could, that would be fantastic. So we are going to go for that. Go grab, or we can banish Leviathan, grab the cast frequency. So cast frequency, fantastic for all of our buffs as well as for our ray of fire, and it's good on heat explosion. But like I said, in the perfect world, it would be better to grab ourselves cast frequency on everything but heat explosion, because you want that like juicy explosion for the massive amounts of melting stacks. But anyway, it deals so much damage anyway that cast frequency on it is very good. And because we have volcanic eruption, which causes melting anyways, it doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, we need a lot of area of effect because we are looking at grabbing ourselves, or buffing the heck out of our heat explosion. That is the whole point of this build. Heat explosion does make this whole fire only thing possible, and without it, it wouldn't be possible. So a lot of the damage that you're seeing now is because of heat explosion. You do have to try and stay as close to the bosses as possible. It is extremely risky. I played that very badly, but the 2 of them are dead. Anyway, 3 are dead, and we're just going to keep going. I am going to have to turn the opacity down though, because as you can see, it is extremely difficult to see what is going on when you are playing with this build. So turning down the opacity now. Hopefully you guys saw enough of it and you don't need to see it right now. the rest of it. We're going to skip active skills. We're going to go for a combustion here. Area of effect, movement speed is great as well. Damage increase for whatever. We can banish these other skills, we don't need them. Grab some laugh, banish the block. Damage increase for fire, perfect. We can actually go combustion, that works quite well. I think we need the laugh. We do have recklessness, so that's going to help as well. Cast speed, or actually area there's perfect. Banish this. Potency. Multicast for aura is not as important as multicast for area or burst, so we're going to go for the movement speed, cast frequency, and that was quite a huge upgrade that we got to our character and our skills. We've got one more level up. We'll go for the HP. Again, we do have recklessness, so the more laugh we have, the more damage we are going to be dealing. Alright, now we did actually take down those bosses very, very quickly, or at least relatively quickly, a decent speed over there. We are now going to focus on the pylons because, you know, no one really wants to have extra areas of effects to have to dodge. So dealing with the pylons is fantastic. As you can see, we, as long as combustion is up quite early, we are going to deal a lot of damage. We do have 3 dodges. We must not forget that. I did actually forget that previously when we took a lot of damage. So having these 3 dodges is going to make it a lot better for us, making it a lot easier for us to stay closer to the bosses, being able to move around them a lot easier. And we do have to just dodge all of the chaos bringers, chaos bombs as well. So dodge there, that's fantastic. We got 1 boss down, 2 bosses down, 3 down, and the last one down is actually the easiest one, which was Alexi. So cast frequency there. Ooh, we don't really have anything over here. I hope we don't land up getting something that's going to get us in a bit of trouble over there with regards to being fire only, but we should be okay. Again, we can just work on laugh and then potency and damage for everything else. This isn't really a crit build, so we don't have to worry about crit, but if you do land up getting those rare crit upgrades, take them if you have nothing better in the options. You could also go for reroll mastery instead of recklessness as well, and that's going to help you deal a lot more damage. I really would love to be able to do this build with the skill opacity on, but unfortunately for us it is quite difficult, especially because you know, the fire skills have so much AoE and so many special effects going on for them that it just becomes very difficult to see what's happening around you. And because of these areas of effect dealing so much damage, you know, you're kind of in a very, very bad spot over there. Also, in the beginning, I don't think I mentioned it, or maybe I did and I forgot, but I'm just going to say it again. We did go to the right side of the map because we wanted to make sure that the event did not spawn and that we didn't, you know, break the bunny cage, because it is terrible if you have to grab 8 of the eggs accidentally in this game, especially when it's not something you're trying to do. We're not trying to do the event, so grabbing all those eggs is actually worse for us than better for us, and it actually will kill us. And you know, we don't really want that. You don't want to have negative 80% movement speed on your character when you need to dodge all these tier 7 or curse 7 bosses. So very, very important to make sure you stay away from that. Alright, we do need to try and stay again as close as possible to the bosses, because we are trying to deal the most amount of area damage to them as possible, and the best way to do that is by being as close to them as possible. It is very risky, but it is the best way to deal the most amount of damage. Again, that's where being lucky and getting swift or having a lot more movement speed comes in handy. So if you don't have the movement speed or the swift, you are going to have to stay away from them, away from the bosses. But until then, you can stay close to them and you can grab yourself the laugh, and you know, you won't do it as quickly. You will have to stall out the fights quite a lot. but luckily I've got quite a decent chunk of movement speed, and we've got some decent dashes going on here, so we can stick closer to the bosses than we otherwise usually could. So very nice over there. Just kill this Void Hunter. I don't like the shockwave when they use it. Very hard to see it as well, so you know, we'll get rid of that. And we're back on to the next lot of bosses. Looks like we've started on our Ice Incarnation. We actually got a pretty decent boss lineup over here. A lot of easy bosses to dodge within melee range. So very, very, very lucky set of bosses for us over here. So this set of bosses will go down very, very quickly. Very, very nice third set going out over there. I mean fourth set, sorry. No, third set. Gosh, what's wrong with me? So now we will have... No, it was the fourth set. Gosh, man, what is wrong with me? Alright, anyway, not that that matters too much. But anyway, the Lords of the Void there, we got such a good combination that we didn't really have to worry too much about being close or far to them. So again, very, very, very fantastic over there. And guys, again, I just need to reiterate this to you, that I have done this for the last 2 hours trying to get a really good run out there for you. So that has been a lot of attempts. But again, if you really, really want something to happen, if you know it can happen, then you know you got to just bite down, you got to bite the bullet, and you got to keep trying and trying, and perseverance is definitely going to be the key. But again, because the game does have slight RNG to it, you're not always going to get something done the very first time you try it, and that's just the way of the world and just how life is in general. So never give up is the name of the game, and just keep trying, keep doing what you do, and eventually things do go right for you and you are able to complete this, just like I have done it for myself. So you know, everything is possible. You just got to keep trying and go from there. Ow, that hit me really hard. But again, we do have recklessness as well, so luckily we're going to take that damage we just received and turn it into damage. So thank you, you know, for dealing damage to me there. It's going to make you die a lot quicker as well, so yay. Alright, we're going to grab the expansive, cost frequency, and movement speed. We don't really have to worry about those upgrades because the game mode is pretty much over. And you could go into Overlord cycles. I don't think this would be the greatest for that, unfortunately. But as you can see, an under 10-minute run using fire-only skills with no negative effects added. Very, very, very strong if you get the right upgrades. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.